All right. We are live.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to another episode of the CeleTake podcast.
This one was my fault. Sorry, we're late. 8:45.
But still on time.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
But
We made it.
if it's your first time watching, this is a podcast where we talk anything and everything Cele Nation. I'm your host, E. Next to me is the league owner and co-host of the podcast.
All right.
I love it.
You sound great, Eric.
I gotta see the comments.
On my right, you got a man returning to the podcast. Your goblin captain. You got the man himself, the cheddar, Dean. What's up, Dean? And on the left,
The Stallion.
the stallion.
The
Too
Stallion.
early?
Oh my God.
The Stallion.
Megan the Stallion.
Dean. Danielle.
Might be
Danielle the Stallion.
might be Tim's new favorite
I told you
team.
no.
Can't
Tim's
talk
new
about
favorite
that
team, baby. And then on the left, making his debut on the podcast.
Let's get it.
The man making a case for MIP. We got Gene in the building representing the Dragons.
You should have made the playoffs for the first time on there.
Yeah, come
Made
on.
the
yeah.
playoffs.
Gotta shout him out, man.
Yeah.
Gene.
I'm kind of salty he's not with the Panthers
MIP
yet.
made the playoffs for the first time.
Shout out Gene. Made it before his old captain.
Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Shout out
Gene.
Come on,
Gene.
Gino. You can still make it,
Congratulations,
Gino.
Gene. That's a huge accomplishment in your Cele Nation career.
It is. And shout out Ghost.
Yeah, shout out Ghost.
Ghost,
Shout out the whole
man.
team, man.
Yeah, shout out
Ghost
Gold. Shout out the
winning
Dragons.
games,
Let's get
clinching
it.
the playoffs.
He could have his first winning record as a captain.
The curse is broken, man.
If he wins
did
this game, he can have his first winning record. Dragons, that's something to play for.
This is his longest winning streak, too, right?
What, 2 games?
3 games, huh? The Dragons?
No.
No.
2? Is it
Yeah,
2?
we only won two in
Two.
a
Oh,
row.
Two in a row.
that's still the longest.
Actually, 3.
Yeah, it is 3.
No. We lost to the
No,
Marlins.
you guys beat the Dogs and then lost the next game, right? After
Yeah, we beat the
Dogs game.
Goblins. We lost to the Mambas, and then we won
Lost-
2
okay.
Oh,
there
yeah,
you go.
you're right. But, Gene, first time on the podcast, 3rd season in the league. How's it been? Still having fun?
Nah, yeah, having fun, getting more comfortable,
Yeah.
and shit, just hooping.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. Guys, you know what we're going to do? We had a big week last week. Last week,
Huge.
Sunday. Huge.
Huge.
Hey,
Huge
yo.
win.
Hey, yo.
Huge.
Huge week.
They said they've seen wins not like this. Never a win like this.
Very, 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 very huge. Very huge. All right, week 8, game 1, we had the Mako starting us off by beating the Coyotes, who only had 5 players to play with.
No, they had 6.
They had
Oh,
six,
six.
They had a
my
bench.
bad. They had a bench. 76-62. We got 1v1. I think playing his first full game. 18 points, 7 assists, 10 rebounds.
Wasn't his first full
No,
game. We're
they
8 games into the season. He was late for 2 games.
Then we got Anderson Roberts, 17 points. Shoot the hell out of the ball. 7 for 10, 3 for 6 for 3. Dom with 15, 7 for 18. Fritz, 14 points, 5 for 9. And then you got Joe with 8 points and 2 threes. Alex, 27 points, 9 rebounds, adding to his case for MVP. Nick behind with 13 points, 5 rebounds. Raheel, 11 points, 9 rebounds. Tied, 2 for 8 from the field. And Gene, 5 points, 1 for 8. Now, this game, Gene, were you there early?
Oh, nah, I wasn't there early.
He wasn't there.
I kind of watched the clip, though.
You did watch a clip?
Yeah,
Gene
the-
pulled
like
all
the-
the way up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I mean, I can't.
Can
but
you
hear
they'll be, we've learned by now.
yeah, I wasn't there. I got there probably 5 minutes left into the game, but I seen a little bit of the film.
You watched a little bit of the film. What did you see from what you saw?
I mean, just also looking at the stats, bro. You got 4 players, nearly 15 plus. You know, that's kind of hard to stop.
Yeah.
Job, he had 20-some points last game, and he only had 8. So just other guys stepping up. And then just on the other side, I feel like Dallas would have been a huge help.
yeah.
I feel like I didn't really see the ball moving as much. And he's kind of like their glue guy. So
Yeah, he's a good connector.
yeah,
He
so
is.
if he was there, I feel like the game would have been a little bit different.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean,
Yeah, for me,
shout out to Alex though, bro. That guy is a dog, bro.
Yeah, Alex. He's
But,
trying his best.
What I did see that was that stood out to me was Joel. He had a really good start.
Mhm.
If you see his field goal percentage, he barely missed.
Yeah,
Probably missed
he was
2-3 shots.
He didn't take
He
a
had
lot. to-
18 and assists and rebounds. He could have had a triple double too. So
Yeah.
I think he was kind of the reason they won.
Yeah,
You know,
he started off
hot.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was a catalyst for
Yeah.
sure.
But for the Coyotes. For me, it looked like fatigue kind of kicked in beginning of the second half. Do you guys kind of see that if you guys watched it? Did you kind of get that?
I mean, I think the biggest thing that I saw was the missed layups.
Yeah.
They had so many missed layups. Even Alex in the first half. I mean, you see the stats 12 for 20. Out of those 8 missed shots, 4 or 5 of those are in the first half on bunnies, things that he would hit, those little floaters. Dom, he wants the shout out. He didn't ask for it, but he played great defense on him. I know 27 points. He's still the MVP. He still got downhill, but it was a lot of his points were at the end of the game. They're down. He had like 6 or 8 in garbage time too. So it's like not to downplay Alex at all, but he started off slow. Ty was missing layups. Their whole team was kind of struggling. And that second half, Alex picked up and nobody else kind of followed him. And that was the biggest thing I saw was those missed opportunities. A lot. I mean, you see Ty's field goal percentage and you see Gene's field goal percentage. That kind of says the story of the game. If 2 of your 6 players are shooting combined 20%, you're kind of going to be in a bad place.
What did you get from this game, Dean?
Well, I reffed this game, and Alex wasn't too happy with me. He kept looking me dead in the eyes and saying, "We're not playing football, Dean."
He's country now?
Yeah. Yep, you got a country accent.
Howdy.
Nick's hat.
I don't think I sounded country there, but yeah, he was. I feel like that messed him up mentally for a bit. Like he just kept looking for contact, and I feel like the Makos were doing a good job avoiding him because they know he likes to lean into contact and create the contact to get to the line a lot. So, yeah, I think having your top player get frustrated doesn't help your other guys as well. We've seen that many times in a lot of games. So
Yeah.
All right, game 2.
Well, your girlfriend said Mike will wear anything but a Panthers jersey. I don't have any purple shorts. Actually, I do have a pair of purple shorts, but they don't go with this jersey very well.
Next pod,
I'll wear it.
Yeah, there we go.
If the Panthers win. If they make it to the playoffs. They don't have to win. If they make it to the playoffs. I hope you lose. You play us.
I know.
All right.
Do I have game 2?
What a blowout. This is game 3. Sorry. I'm skipping ahead. No, wasn't this game 2?
Yeah, that was game 2. It was game 2. I labeled it game 3, but it's game 2. Game 2. Game 2, we had the Ravens fall into the Dragons 90-60. A 30-point win for the Dragons. The red-hot Dragons remain hot. You got Gene, 27 points, 9 assists, 6 for 10 from the three-point line. You got Nixon with 27, 10 for 20. Mike Parker, 19 points, 3 steals. Josiah, 6 points, 9 rebounds. And Ghost, 4 points and 7 rebounds. Then we got the Ravens, Dre, 23.6 rebounds. A bright light for the Ravens going into the playoffs. You got X with 19 points, kind of came alive. Fell, 13 points, 8 rebounds. Sauce, 3 points, 5 rebounds. And Daryl, 2. And a rough day shooting, 1 for 7. On Dean.
What up?
What do you want?
What do you want from me? How's the Dragons looking, man? That 3-headed dragon. How confident are you?
Good, man. They're you guys look pretty confident when you guys are shooting. You guys trust each other. You guys have good ball movement, which helps. Like you want to get your other players involved. Having guys like Axel and Josiah, you got a lot of good attitudes as well. So you guys come together as a team pretty well.
What do you guys feel has been different from the beginning of the season for the Dragons to now? I mean,
who you asking?
Yeah, I think he was asking Gene.
For
For anybody?
I feel like Gene would probably know because you are on the team,
you
but I
gotta
feel
go
like,
first,
what would you guys think? Like, what's the big key difference that you guys probably
The
noticed?
big key difference is Gene's bringing the ball down more. Nixon is a scorer. He's not a facilitator.
Point guard Gene.
Gene, although he can score, he does look to pass more than Nixon.
Yeah.
So it helps that he's coming off the ball. Gene can facilitate the offense, get other people involved. Mike Parker playing phenomenal.
Yeah, he's playing great.
You're playing phenomenal. Josiah and Axel playing their roles as their pseudo bigs. Like everybody's playing their role, doing their job. And as long as the morale is good on your team, which I know there's some issues with that, but as long as the morale is good on your team, I think that you guys play the hardest.
Yeah.
And if you play together and you hit shots, you're a tough team to beat. You can beat any team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I feel like Josiah was like a key was like the best big for you guys' type of play.
Yeah.
Because like he plays
100%.
really, really well off of you guys.
Yeah, he's like the hustle player of the year.
Yeah.
He's diving for balls. Like, hey, yo.
It would have either been the two bigs that would have fit for you guys are him or Jeff. They
Yeah.
play in a similar style, just
Yeah, for
dogs,
sure.
fast, athletic.
Mhm.
They fit that build
It's a
that you
good-
guys
definitely
have.
team,
It's a
yeah.
good comp.
Yeah, but like you guys said, like everybody's buying into the role, and just moving.
Yeah, you
the
guys
ball
are having
around.
fun. You guys
Yeah.
are having
Yeah.
fun.
That's
out
the
there,
that's the most important thing, man. Just
Mhm.
go out there, have fun. The ball is moving a lot more, but like you said, having fun out there. Like, but there's two types of point guards. You got like a scoring point guard, which is like Nixon. Then
Yeah.
I look more to like get the other guys involved, because I feel like if everybody's involved, then I feel like we're gonna be scary in the playoffs. If we beat the Martians, I think we beat every team in our conference. So that just
Yeah.
gives us more confidence going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go Dragons.
Let's go Dragons. Now for the Ravens, tough loss, but they are in the playoffs. Did you guys see like any key pointers they can kind of take from this game to where they can like kind of watch film and be like, all right, this is some good pointers we can take from this game?
The bright light was X. X
Yeah.
finally got it going.
Yep.
I didn't see how many points he had.
19, I think.
19. Yeah, I
wow.
mean
That's his
that's
season
his
high, right?
Yep.
that's his
Yeah.
best game in 3 seasons.
Yeah.
If we're being realistic,
Yep.
that's the
Yeah.
best that
Yeah.
he shot.
Since
Heartbreak Kids.
Heartbreak
Yeah.
Kids. Yeah, that's
and
season
I don't think
3.
he played season 4. So 5, 6, 7 is his best in 3 seasons. So.
Yeah.
Shout
Good
out
for
X.
Shout out X,
He
man.
can do that.
Yeah.
It's good to see that the shots were falling for him. I think that's a great
He had
sign.
to step up.
Yeah, but I think
That
it's a
was
great
what
sign for that
happened, yeah.
team. I
Yeah.
think you guys are probably the worst matchup for the Ravens because you guys are so fast and athletic and they're bigger.
Yeah.
Gallo coming late hurts them. Chili not being there hurts them because those are 2 faster bigs that would have given you guys some trouble inside, which is your kryptonite.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that X getting hot helps that team a lot. What I saw is Dre's going to do his thing. The rest of the team is going to relatively do their thing. When Fell was off, I think that hurt them because his jump shot wasn't hitting. And when he's been hitting the past 3 weeks when they were winning, they look like a very different team because he attracts so much defense because of his athleticism that it was easier for Dre to get looks. It was easier for the other guys to get open looks when Fell was going, in my opinion.
Yeah. I feel like with Fell, you can kind of survive Fell not having a good game, but when you have Daryl also not having a good game, then it's going to be really tough for the Ravens to score because kind of Daryl is kind of like that third option, I would say, and maybe even Sauce also. So, like, if Fell's not going, then one of those two guys.
Well, you had X.
Score.
And
Yeah.
that became your number 2 option. I mean,
Yeah.
19 points is more than Daryl's had all season.
Yeah.
And more efficiently, 7 for
Yeah.
12. I mean, what more can you ask?
I saw Sauce getting really frustrated because they weren't being disciplined on the perimeter. Like they were
Yeah.
leaving Gene open a lot, and guys were hitting open. You guys were hitting your open shots, which is
Yeah.
huge. This is why you put up 90 points. So, but yeah, Sauce was like shrugging, like whose man is that? Just confused on the defensive end and not communicating there. I think hurt them a lot, and then of course that hurts on the offensive end as well if you're not mentally in it.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, for sure. I heard Sauce yelling a couple times. He was frustrated with the
Yeah.
guys.
Mhm.
Rebounds. Nobody's boxing out. Nobody's getting a loose ball.
you
Mike
guys wanted
Mike
it
Parker
more.
caused
Yeah.
like 3 turnovers in a row, which were avoidable. And I know, that's a game changer, especially if we score on the other end. But like you guys said, X, like he had a really good game. He was hitting his open shots. Dre doing what he does. But I think Fell, he kind of like underperformed. 13 points. That's a game where they need him to take over, especially, against our team. We don't really have that athleticism.
Yeah, that guy that can meet him in the paint and really stop him
Exactly,
from driving and attacking.
I feel like he gets one dunk fast break, their whole momentum shifts. So they gotta figure out how to get him more points, get him going more comfortable. And also, like you guys mentioned, Gallo Haro, he definitely would have made a difference. He showed up late, didn't get to warm up. So
Yeah, Sauce purposely didn't play him in the beginning because he didn't want to take that tech.
Yeah.
So that also hurts. Not getting him
They
in.
were already in a hole.
Yeah,
By the time
exactly.
they got there,
That's
they
what
were
I'm
already
saying.
down
So
13-2.
he's like, I don't want to sub him in when
Yeah.
that's happening. Yeah.
And then also Chili. Like Chili I forgot all about Chili until like somebody said something in that chat.
He hasn't been there in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like having
Hopefully he
theirs.
shows up for playoffs.
Yeah, so if he shows, they're a whole different team. You know,
Yeah.
you got Chili
yeah,
plays
exactly. Chili's a
Yeah, he
Chili,
gives them the
Chili
defense
against
that they're
Josiah.
missing.
That's a hard matchup. You know.
You got to think about it. Chili's going to be that man sending the screen for Fell.
Yep.
Sending the screens for Dre, you know.
Yeah. But yeah.
They're going to be scary. They're going to be scary once Chili gets there. All right, game 3. The actual game 3. Some may say this was game of the week. Very emotional. We got the La Familia going up against the Dogs. La Familia coming up on top, 54-49. Braylon, once again, dropping a massive 30 points, 9 rebounds. Tremaine, 8 points, 9 rebounds. Day, 8 points, 6 rebounds. Chief, 6 points, 5 rebounds. Shot Doc, 2 points, Quiet Day. Then you got Chef with 22 points, 7 for 16 with 4 steals. Juan, rough day shooting, 12 points, 0 for 8 from downtown. Mike, 9 points, 5 rebounds. Yeah. Jeff with 6 points, 11 rebounds, and then Big Bird 6 rebounds and 1 big block.
could have had the game winner.
Could have had the game
Could've.
winner. I think that was
If
the
he
game
would've
plan.
hit that, I would have exited the building.
Yeah, are you?
Who? Oh yeah, Big Bird.
yeah,
right?
that last shot.
Yo,
Hey, it was a clean look.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was
Was
a
you
clean look.
upset about him taking that shot? I wouldn't be, right?
I wouldn't be upset because
No. No.
at
It
Lakeside,
was
open
I
shot,
know
2 seconds
Lakeside.
left.
I know Lakeside is different, but he hits those at
He
Lakeside.
could hit it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it
I
was an
wouldn't-
open
I
shot.
wouldn't be mad.
Anyone taking that shot is a good shot.
like I understand you. Okay, gave Kenny or Juan like a contested 3, you know, but he was open. He could hit a 3. I
Yeah,
wouldn't be
it
mad.
wasn't like a do or die. I think.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
tight
Chef gave him. Was it Chef that gave him the ball?
I mean, Chef gave him the ball with 5 seconds left. Kyle has a wide open paint. He also has me wide open. I would have preferred that he drove the lane. If I'm being honest,
Yeah,
I would
there is
prefer that he
5
would have.
seconds. That
Yeah.
He had
have
5
that.
seconds when he caught the ball.
Okay.
He makes eye contact with me. He grins. He looks up at the hoop, and he shoots the ball. He wanted the moment. He did. He did. Like
he was like, Mike,
he was excited.
I'm gonna do it.
You want
Yeah,
this?
he was excited with the opportunity, like a lot of us would. A lot of us would want to be the hero
We
in the
live for those
situation.
Yeah,
moments.
just know if he hit that, he would have
3,
went crazy.
2,
Oh yeah, he would have talked crazy crap, and it is what it
But
is.
it-
Season
the dog-
11, he would have been talking about it.
Yeah.
The dog piss animation.
Was he open? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it have mattered if I had the ball? Probably not. As a team, we shot 1 for 20 from 3. So, and I was the one, but I was still 1 for 5. So like we shot,
Shot 1 for 20 from 3.
yes, we
Yeah.
shot 5%
You
from
were
3.
the only one that
Oh
made
my
one.
I was the only one that made a 3 on our team. That's horrendous.
Wow.
That's horrendous. So I don't think it would have made a difference. The only thing that he could have done was get downhill and try to draw a foul.
Yeah, but he wasn't. He
No,
wasn't thinking.
no,
Yeah,
for
it's
sure. Just like
oh,
at
I
the
got
end of the
ball.
game,
3,
I don't
2,
use
1,
the celebrity shot because I'm not thinking like there's so many caveats
Yeah,
to
I
I
was-
was,
situations.
I
I
was-
was,
I
was
wanted
gonna
to
get
say
to that.
something
Yeah,
so
I was gonna
bad,
get
but
to
I
that.
didn't wanna
Were you
interfere
weren't
with
thinking
the game.
about it at all.
I was, as you could tell, it was
Yeah.
an emotional moment. So
Yeah.
we were kind of going through that, and that's
Yeah,
the
but
time where
wish
you need
did.
the other people on the bench to say, "Hey, celebrity shot,"
Yeah.
and kind of
Would
help
you
out the
get in trouble
situation.
if you like one of the other captains said,
Yeah,
Yo,
I don't
celebrity
even
shot?
want to.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't even want to make it a thing, so I just avoid.
Okay,
like
yeah.
I avoided. I wanted to say it and yell it to him.
No, there are
but
people yelling it, but I
Yeah.
didn't hear
there
that
was,
until
but
after.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't hear. I was
Chan
you see
was
the
yelling
footage.
it pretty loud. He was like, "Slip shot."
Ash was yelling it. Like people were trying to tell me, I couldn't hear them.
Yeah,
it was very
you're
like
locked
his,
Yeah,
in.
you were hyper focused.
Yeah, it was. So it was a mistake made by me at the end of the day, but I think regardless, Braylon was unstoppable in that
Once
overtime.
again, yeah.
So
Yeah, no, he cooked.
Yeah,
I
he
mean, what
was
do you
on
want to do? He went off in the second half. He was very hard to guard, like we've seen so many times. So
Mhm.
at a certain point, I don't think that we were winning that game the way that the things were going, the way we were shooting, the way that we were playing, especially in overtime. They were the better team.
To start the game, you guys were
Yeah.
kind of in control though.
Oh,
you
most
guys
of the
were
game.
kind of going back and forth.
We
a
were
little
back
bit,
and
yeah.
forth in the second half to start. We were in control,
Yeah,
and then Braylon was. We had no answer for him.
yeah. He woke up.
That's a game where Fessy would have helped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh for sure.
So it is what it is. They can say the same about not having Sterling.
Nah, yeah, I low key, I was watching that game, and I feel like you guys had momentum for most of the game, and low key I wanted you guys to win because you know a lot familiar in our conference, but I think you guys have to utilize Jeff in the paint. You know, you look at La Familia who match us with Jeff in the paint. I see him take like a couple middies. It didn't look good. It's like, you know, I feel like instead of taking, no, he's wide open,
Yeah.
but he's not making it. So hey, go post up, go to the paint, or like you see Juan's not making his threes, go to the
Drive
paint.
to the basket.
But I know that he tweaked his ankle at some point.
He tweaks his ankle every game. That's not like, for one, he just had a bad shooting day.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
wish that, like, watching the film back, I was able to see, he was like, I think he missed 1 or 2 shots inside, and then all the misses were from outside. I would have told him, put your head down and just go to the hole.
Yeah, exactly.
He was
So
hitting
But-
those mid-range shots. Like,
Yeah, he was hitting everything
Yeah,
that was
the
inside.
turnaround midi,
Yeah, he was hitting everything
So-
inside. He was struggling from the perimeter. I wish I would have realized that when the game was going on. But
Yeah.
to me, as we've seen throughout his run with the dog so far, we kind of just let him shoot it out.
Yeah.
And it's normally gone where, like, he'll hit a couple. He might miss 4 or 5, but then he'll hit 3 in a row,
Yeah.
4 in a row. And then it's like, well, we ride that momentum and we kind of live or die by that. I didn't realize he was 0 for 8.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell that while the game's going.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it didn't feel like that entirely. It
Nah,
felt like
yeah.
as a team we were just off.
Yeah, for sure. I think he has to realize that too. Like, I'm not hitting from 3. Let me go to the rack.
because the rim was
He's-
working.
He's
Yeah.
bigger than half of those guys on the team. But I think when Braylon he hit like 2 threes in a row, I was like, yeah, I think it's La Familia time. But it came down to the wire. It was a close game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Shot Dog had 2 points. He struggled last game too, right?
Well,
He
he
only
he
took
drove
three
the
shots.
that 2 points was
yeah, I know.
a
he was
drive. It was a beautiful
yeah.
take.
Yeah, it was a good take, but he doesn't usually do that.
No.
know?
He was sick. He told me that before the game.
I heard him coughing, honestly.
Yeah,
so
he told
I
me
figured
before the
he
game.
didn't feel well, and he kept subbing himself in and out. So, and then the week before he was
I don't know what happened with that
bad
one.
game. Yeah,
Nah, yeah, he wasn't doing much.
it's all right. I mean,
So, but the La Familia,
Not
when
usual.
when Sterling went down, the question was who was going to be that second scorer. You know, Braylon was always the number one. Phil was it when he was there, but Sterling was always that second option for them. But the story was that, you know, Tremaine and Day could be enough to be. Do you guys?
There was no second option. If you
No.
watch that game, Braylon
Braylon
was 1
just
and
shoots
2.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just 1 and 2. He didn't even shoot that much. He shot
Yeah,
efficiently.
he was
But he was
efficient.
1 and 2. Nobody else had double digits.
Yeah.
Nobody else was efficiently scoring on that team. Day and Maine both shot a very low percentage.
Yeah, under
So-
30%.
Yeah, it's just we didn't hit our shots. They didn't hit their shots. We played relatively good defense both sides of the ball. But Braylon, at the end of the day, there was no real matchup for him for us.
Yeah,
Facts. Nah, losing Sterling was a huge loss to La
Yeah.
Familia.
He helps their team a lot.
Like,
Yeah.
he was the guy hitting those clutch buckets, you know, midi and 1 in the paint, and 1 layup. He was, what, like 15 a game? How much?
Just
he
about
averaged?
there. I think
Yeah.
13, 14, something.
Yeah, so
something
he
around
was
there.
a huge. Obviously, I think the next man up is Maine, but if he's on, he's on. If he's not, he's not. He's not being aggressive. You know, I feel like
He tried to
Tone-
be aggressive. I think, what, he had
Yeah.
12 shot attempts?
yeah, 12.
Yeah, and then after that, you have Day, Chief, but they're more of like inside the paint guys. So
Yeah,
Braylon, he's gonna have to keep doing what he's doing, but he played great. Was 9 for 15.
yeah.
That's efficient, you know. So shout out to them.
I feel like Maine needs to get more of his shots in rhythm, because when I saw him score and when he would like catch and shoot in the corner, for example, he was way more efficient there than trying to create his own
Yeah,
the dribble.
buckets. Yeah, so
Like
I
turn
feel,
around,
yeah,
pull
if I
up.
feel like if they like set off ball screens for him to come off the screen and take a shot that way, he's gonna be way more efficient. So that'll help. But yeah, it's the only person that can really create for themselves is Braylon on
Is
that
Braylon,
team right
yeah.
now. Yeah.
yeah.
I think both teams try to do a lot of ISO, and they try to like challenge the person to play defense, and it didn't work on either side. I mean, Chef it did, realistically, and then Braylon when they did that with him. But outside of those two, it didn't work for anybody else really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the last thing I want to say. I noticed at the end of that game, obviously they were like doubling Chef, like blitzing him. And so I feel like the second option, like Juan or even you, like you could have Kyle or Jeff set a screen off you guys. You guys get an open shot. But obviously in game is like so hard to tell, especially if you don't got nobody on the bench to tell you like, yo, like off ball screen, because that's how they got that open Kyle.
Yeah.
You know, they kept blitzing Chef. Chef couldn't do anything, or else he's gonna lose the ball.
Yeah.
So
Things to work on for this final week.
yeah.
Big week.
Huge.
Oh,
Wait, for you
huge.
guys, it's win or go home, right?
For them. Yeah.
When y'all play each other.
Yeah. We gotta win.
Damn.
We gotta win. John Carey asked the playoff schedule. Playoffs will be April 6th and 13th. So bye week next Sunday. Regular season ends this Sunday,
What's up, John Kerr? What's up, JC?
and then playoffs first 2 week of April, and then season 8, excuse me, will be announced in just a few minutes.
Squirting. Who's squirting in the chat?
I don't know.
What the
Nick is
hell?
he's
Said the
squirting all
drama
over
at the
Steve.
end.
Oh my God, Nick. All right, game 4. We don't have a graphic for this one,
Oh no.
but
What's
did he upload them?
He uploaded the
did?
stats.
Yeah,
He said he
let's see.
did.
Let's see if I can pull them up.
I didn't check yet.
Yeah, we can skip this game.
Let's play the
This is a good one. This is a good one.
Yeah, it was a
the
good
toilet
one.
bowl.
toilet.
The toilet
toilet
People were
bowl.
offended by that
Fighting
name.
for last place.
Who was the first person to say that? Was it Parker? No,
I don't know.
Somebody-
People have been saying that for years, though.
Toilet
The
bowl.
toilet bowl.
I see what you did there. That shit's hilarious.
That shit's hilarious. No pun intended.
Another OT game, back-to-back OT game last week. We got the Goblins dropping to the Martians 79-75. For the Martians, we had Dante coming off a Puerto Rico trip, 28 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds. 6 of those was offensive
Sheesh.
rebounds. Golly. Then we got Phil with 24 and 6 rebounds, 8 for 10. You got Dame, 16 points, 6 for 11 from the field.
Big game from Dame.
SDK had 5 points, 3 rebounds, 100% from the field. Missed a lot of free throws, 2 free throws. Then we got
A
Marcos.
lot.
Well, clutch
Yeah, he
free
missed
throws,
like
clutch.
4, right?
It was more
Or
like
two?
it
Their
was
whole
more like
team
clutch.
missed a lot.
Yeah,
Their whole team
that
missed a
whole
lot.
segment. Yeah,
They tried to hand us that game, honestly.
literally.
And you said, no.
I said, no,
We don't
I don't
want it.
want
We
it.
don't want to win. We want to play the Coyotes.
And then for the Goblins, we got Sway, 35 points,
Again.
11 for 25.
Wow.
And then we got Ryan, 16 points, his best game.
Wow,
two,
there we go.
2 back-to-back
16
good
points?
games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ryan,
let's
Ryan
go.
played
6
good.
for
Ryan played
10.
good.
Yes, sir. I like that. We got Ish,
How many
11
did he have?
points.
Sorry, I was reading the comments.
16 points.
Shout out Rye.
There
6
you
for
go.
10.
My guy.
Ish
He's
with
playing good.
11. Did he not make a field goal? Was that all free throws?
Make sure to like the video.
Nah, it was field goal.
Shout out
Oh,
Dallas.
well, as of right now, he's
Have
0
fun
for
in
3.
California.
They were
Nah,
all-
he did his layups.
Make
think.
sure to
We got
like the
JPP
video.
with 9 rebounds. All right. Now,
Just 9 rebounds?
9 rebounds and 6 points.
Oh.
JPP doing his thing, 3 for
69.
6. 69. Nice. Gene, what'd you see in this game, man? Outside of
Goblins versus
outs-
Martians. I wasn't there for the game, but I watched a little bit on the YouTube. I feel like for the Martians, Tay came to hoop.
Yeah,
He's fresh out of Puerto Rico. Shout out Tay. Hey.
he's relaxed.
But,
Yeah, that week off really helped him.
Got a
Yeah.
massage out there.
So, and then you got Phil doing what he does. But I think what the X factor was the third scorer, Dame. Yeah, Dame. And all the other games, he was shooting a lot. I seen him like drive to the basket more. So,
Yeah, he was driving.
Yeah,
he
he's
was
driving to the
That-
hole.
We
So
didn't really have an answer
that helped
for
them
that.
a lot.
The size they
Yeah.
had a lot of size and they used it pretty well against.
Yeah,
us.
it's 7
They-
power forwards and
Yeah.
10.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
the
exactly.
9 assists though. That's kind of
From who?
Dante, 28 and 9.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was hooping.
Yeah, I feel like that's something the Martians were missing.
Yeah, and then the Goblins, you got Sway, 35, doing what he can. You know, I
Yeah.
feel like Ryan was he had a good game, 16 points. Is good. That's a good sign to see,
Mhm.
especially you got one more game.
Yeah.
And then after that, I feel like just the rest of the guys got to step up. At least another person like 10 plus 15.
Dean, we need that from you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But
We need that.
but at the
Yeah.
I need that from you.
at
That's
the
all I'm
end of the
saying.
game,
I
I
know,
seen
I
a
know.
lot of foul calls, a lot of back and forth, a lot of missed free throws. The OT game, the Martians just took over, right?
Yeah.
So, it was a battle, but both teams still fighting for playoff spot, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Both
Yeah,
of
I
them.
mean, if we win and they lose on Sunday, then we make the playoffs. But if both teams win or both teams lose,
They
then
make
we
it.
don't
damn.
because of the point differential. We
Sheesh.
got killed on that.
What game are you guys?
We're the first game, so you'll know early.
Okay, that's good. And
Yeah,
then
we
what
play
are
the
you, the
Martians.
second?
We're the second game. Yeah,
Second game.
we're the second game. So
Oh,
first 2
okay.
games are.
And then we're the third.
Well, I'm relying on that one.
Wait, so
Why are you relying on that one?
Because of the Coyotes
Coyotes.
lose.
Oh, then you can
Yeah.
throw the game?
Yeah, I can.
Hey, listen.
Fuck you, Nick.
I wanted to do that for you. I wanted to do that for you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to do that for you,
And in the
but we
podcast.
lost.
Have a good night, guys.
Sorry, man. I was gonna do that for you.
But for Ziggy, he ended the streak.
Yeah, he
Shout
got
out
a win.
Ziggy.
There we go.
Shout out
Ziggy.
Ziggy.
What was that?
Hey, man.
19.
19.
You're welcome.
19 in a
There you
row.
go,
You're,
Ziggy.
19
you're
games
welcome,
lost.
Zig.
19 losses in a row.
Felt so bad. I
Yeah.
told
Well,
my
last
guys,
season
let's
and
throw
this
the
season.
game.
No. Season 5.
Season
Let's
five.
let
We're
Ziggy
talking-
have it, you know?
February of
We'll
last
pick it up.
year.
What team?
February.
What
The
team
Ghost
was it?
Riders, and then the Ghost Riders.
The last time they won, I
Oh
think,
yeah,
was
he
the
was.
Panthers.
Oh
and beat-
damn.
Yeah. It was 19-game losing streak.
Sheesh.
Going
Shout
back
out
to
Ziggy,
February.
man.
Shout out
Shout out
Ant and Tone
Ziggy.
for counting that because I wasn't gonna go back. They told me this the other day.
But you know, when one streak ends, another starts. The Goblins. Since week 1, we're currently on a 7-game losing streak.
Yep.
How is it, man? You guys are
You
still,
know
still a
what?
chance
So-
to make it to the playoffs.
I will say this.
Yeah.
Even though we are losing games, my guys have great attitudes. I love everybody on my team. Like
Everybody.
Wait, somebody
everyone.
quit,
Every
right?
single person.
I forgot about that.
Somebody just asked what happened to Spank Richard.
From Sway to Omar. Yeah.
Swomar.
I mean, look, we're figuring it out. I've only played 3 games with this new squad, so it's
So they're technically only 0-3.
yeah, we're technically exactly. We started fresh. 0-3 is still not good.
It's not bad.
It's not.
Not as bad as 0-7.
Yeah.
But it's got to be kind of sigh of relief, kind of seeing Ryan have 2 good games.
Yeah,
2 of
for
his
sure.
best games in the
For
season
sure.
back-to-back,
I mean, you know, we're gonna do everything we can to win. We're
Yeah.
not going out there and trying to lose. But
What did you take before the one game where you went off?
what did I take?
Yeah.
Oh, why are we doing this?
No, I'm saying whatever it is.
Zoom in.
Whatever it is, take that, and then if Ryan gives you 15 and Sway gives you 35, you guys will be fine.
Everybody's gonna be DMing
You just need a 10 to 15 point game.
We don't drug test here in the league. So.
No, it was fucking like a horse dewormer or something.
Horse.
Well, no, I did not take that.
Hence the name
reneged it.
Stallions.
For the record, I did not take that.
That's
No.
the Joe Rogan thing. No, I forget what it is.
Natural
Yeah.
supplements.
Creatine.
Optimal body.
Optimal body stuff. Yeah, exactly.
You had a very simple
If
answer.
you guys want to know,
Gene
just
thought
hit me
of
up. We'll talk about it. Yeah, I need to take that for sure. Have a 15-point game.
I don't remember what it was, but I know it was something
I
that
took
you
it
went
before
off.
the game against.
I know. I
against
remember.
You.
I know.
Yeah.
I was here.
All right,
That's
let's get
funny.
to that final game so we can get to everybody's favorite segment. We've got Game 5, the Panthers taking on the Mambas. This game was kind of scripted from drafting. Since the trade, no question, brewing was.
I think we
who
got to
won
call
the
in
trade.
Batman because Batman was very upset about this game.
Batman,
Yeah,
the
and we
segment.
didn't get no video evidence either. No
because I
screen
watched
recorded.
the game back. There was no collusion.
None at all.
None at
None
all.
at all.
I just watched the game. I didn't see like no,
No.
like questionable
No.
calls.
No, there was one
Like-
missed
So they
call
were
on
just-
Torah.
I seen a
Yeah.
couple
Yeah.
missed
Like I was
calls,
saying.
but like no crazy calls that
No.
they actually like it blew the whistle.
No, they just
Calls.
missed shots at the end of the game, and
Yeah.
the Panthers
Well-
hit shots. Nacho got on fire. He hit
Yeah.
that big bing bong to tie the game. He could not be stopped. I mean, simply. Bouncy played good. He hit his shots, but like Nacho was the guy that game. He
Yeah.
played phenomenal.
Bouncy was hitting in overtime.
You know,
Quick
Yeah, he hit that. Yeah, for sure. But at the end of
Mike
regulation,
Mitchell was huge.
Yep.
He got overtime. Clutch rebounds, clutch steals.
hell yeah.
Hell yeah. But yeah, the Panthers 63-56. We got Nacho 27 points, 8 rebounds. Bentley 25, 9 for 17.
Oh shit.
Alex 5 points, 2 for 10 with 3 steals. Mike Mitchell 2 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And Marcus 2 points and 2 blocks with 8 rebounds. Now, for the Mambas, you had Tommy with 29, 11 for 18. Still played a kind of MVP type of game. You got Shane making his return.
Did Tommy have any other stats?
He had a block. I'll have to check.
All right, well, we'll talk about that on next week's.
But we got Shane, 13 points, 5 for 10.
Shane.
I heard Dre doing that. Like,
Shout out Dre.
Then we got Sean Suit up with 6 points, 5 assists, 9 rebounds. Batman. 3 points.
he wet that
Batman.
shit.
He wet that shit. 1 for
And
1 from downtown.
You got to have one punch.
It
He
was-
punched Mike Mitchell.
Then we got Chris Toro, 3 points, 1 for 3, and a steal. Dean,
Yeah,
did you watch this one?
I did.
He watched it. He didn't want to film.
I didn't want to film.
Too
He was
tired?
crying.
I was crying about my game.
Yeah,
Omar.
It was a tough
That was
game.
sad.
it was a tough game.
Yeah.
But were you excited?
Yeah. No, it was a good game from Nacho and Bouncy. Man,
Yeah.
they complement each other well. Actually,
Yeah.
they're the biggest thing is they're just really efficient shooters. Like, whenever they shoot, it's like 70% chance it's going in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, that's really the biggest difference is having both of them. You guys look like a completely different team. I mean, you're undefeated with Bouncy there, so you just got to make sure he shows up.
Yeah.
Make sure he knows the game's at 12:45.
He knows.
12:45.
No, he knows. 9:15. Be
12:45.
there, be square. I tell him every game starts.
I'm gonna
at
change the
9:15.
gym.
Sorry, they switched their game.
But nah, for me personally, watching it back was kind of from a different view. Tommy was really, really killing us first half. Like I think we finished with 25. He finished with 24, but he finished the game with 29.
Yeah.
So I think that second half they kind of went away and kind of Shane kind of woke up a little bit. But I think on our part, our defense kind of really kind of stepped up a little bit when it came towards Tommy, and kind of showed that once you kind of take Tommy out the picture, the Mambas kind of struggle. Even though Shane was there, Shane did kind of miss shots too, but they do kind of struggle to put buckets up, to put the score up. That's what I kind of got.
I saw a lot of from Tommy what he did with us, where in the half court, he just kind of stood in one spot.
Yep.
And if he didn't get the ball, that was it.
Yeah.
And as long as
Yeah.
you stayed with him, they weren't giving him the ball. And now they're just playing 4-on-4 when he's your best scorer. So it didn't really make sense. But they did the same thing against us. It's like Tommy just not wanting to move off the ball at all. If he doesn't get the cherry pick or leak out, whatever you want to call it, berry pick,
Shiesty move.
whatever you want to call it, if he doesn't get that in the half court, he's not really moving much. He's just floating at the top. And I think that's what's hurting them offensively. They need some more off-ball movement. Sean's great at passing. If they do more of those backdoor cuts, they had a couple of those in the first half.
Christian
They
Cruz
were-
is good at that.
He is.
He's
They
good
were
at
doing-
moving off the ball.
They were doing them in the beginning.
In
of
the
the
in the
season,
first and in the first half,
Yeah.
they got Tommy with a beautiful one,
Yeah.
but Tommy just kind of stopped moving off the ball. I don't know why. He had no shiesty.
That was
You
it.
got to put it back on.
Got to put on the shiesty, man.
I don't think he could have breathed without it.
That's the issue. That was his oxygen.
Yeah,
That's what he's got in there is an oxygen
That's a
mask.
secret weapon right there.
Once I seen no shiesty, I was like, "Fuck y'all." But for the Mambas, was that two losses back to back? 2 losses back to back. Are we kind of from you guys? You guys are looking out from your conference. Do you kind of see the Mambas still at the top? Because in the beginning of the season, first 5 weeks, 6 weeks, they were kind of like.
Well,
the
they're definitely not
team
at
to
the
beat.
top. The Makos are.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think they had a great start.
yeah,
But losing 2 games, kind of hurts you, especially in y'all conference since
I think
everything
teams
is so
figured
close.
them out, man.
that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna ask. Yeah,
Yeah, if
I
you
think teams figured them out.
I think the Mambas, for them to really thrive, is to use their role players.
Yep.
Get them going first, and then Tommy, Shane, Sean, they're going to be dangerous. Because now you got to watch out for Christian Cruz hitting a shot, or backdoor, Jalen Nola on fire. Or
Toro.
Toro.
Yeah, they
Toro.
were
I forgot all about
Patriolo. Like they
Yeah.
have guys that can shoot and
Yeah.
can score, but they're not really utilizing everybody to
When
the
they
full
were,
extent.
they were
Heavy
winning
on-
games.
Oh, for
if
sure.
You see, Tommy had a way better game in terms of efficiency this game compared to his last game. But he had 29 points. Shane had what you said, 13?
13.
Like Shane hit some clutch
Yeah,
shots.
clutch. Clutch
yeah.
three at the
Cruz
end
hit
of
a
the
three to
regular
take
season.
the lead.
Yeah,
And
clutch.
that's what kept them in the game. But still, who's your scorer after that? Toro. He's good. He hasn't really shown it yet, but
He had 3 shot attempts.
yeah,
How do
3
you
shot
expect him
attempts,
to,
yeah.
like-
How do you expect him to
Yeah.
go off? with
Yeah,
3
you
shot
get
attempts?
3 shot attempts and you're
So if
Or at least
they have
score
him
10,
aggressive, like full court, running full speed, he's pretty fast.
Christian
so.
Cruz, I think, was probably with like 5 or 6 attempts, but he missed all of them.
That's
So,
rough.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
rough.
so that definitely hurt them right there. Even Jay Nola, Like if he got a couple layups in, like fast break,
And they were doing really good with finding Nola in the beginning of the season.
But to talk about the Panthers, like Nacho, he was 9 for 14.
Yeah.
That is as efficient as you can get. 27 points. You guys, I think when the game turned around was when Nacho he gave like an assist to Alex in the corner. He knocked it down.
Yeah.
Then he came himself, hit like 2 layups or a midi, and then he hit that bing bong. And then on the defense, he got like a block.
He had 3 blocks.
Yeah, so like that whole momentum, like I think that's what won you guys the game. Because you guys were down, like 20?
That rainbow free throw shot he made, like that turnaround, like that shit was fucking beautiful. Like,
Yeah, he's nice. And then Bentley to seal the game, like that's like probably like the best duo in the league.
Yeah.
They're hard to stop.
Oh, by far.
They both
Yeah, they're
had
the best
25,
duo in the
right? 20.
25 and 27, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the only bad thing I would probably say with my team, probably, a lot of guys outside of Bentley and Nacho, obviously, kind of had key plays, but we kind of have to help them, like, scoring-wise. Like,
Yeah. I
we
see
have to
like
help.
easy missed layups.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we have
Marcus was missing a
turnovers,
lot
yeah.
of easy
Marcus-
buckets.
That's probably the only
If
thing.
Marcus is like turnaround hook shot, like you guys are scary. Bro.
Yeah, if we can't just get
If you don't get Marcus going,
3 of those, 3 makes.
yeah, if you don't
Yeah.
get Marcus going, it's gonna be heavier load for your duo.
Yeah.
And then
Shout
I know
out.
Alex probably. Oh yeah, you got Steve. Steve had a
Steve too,
quiet
yeah.
game, right?
Yeah, and Steve's been playing. He started off the season really good
Yeah,
for us
he's-
too.
yeah.
He kind of took more of like a defensive assignment because of the conference game. The matchups just asked for him to do more defensively. So his
Yeah.
shot
Was he
attempts-
guarding Tommy?
He was guarding Tommy. Then he had Alex. So those were games where he only took like 5-8 shots compared to like the 10-12 shots he was taking at the beginning of the season. But yeah,
Your other guys weren't hitting as much, but
Yeah.
I mean, you have Bouncy and
Bourgois.
Nacho are just too efficient.
yeah,
So
and
that saves you guys.
yeah, it saves us a lot. And that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's like if we can contribute to that, kind of scary.
Yeah, you gotta start doing a step back, bro.
Step back E.
I gotta
We
go.
see
I
you
gotta
wide open,
put the
like,
other
no,
jersey
that's not a
on,
step
man.
back, bro.
I got another jersey with E on it. I gotta wear that one.
Even if you're open, just step back.
Are we getting into
Yeah, let's get Parker.
Parker?
Let me get him on the phone call.
Parker Power Rankings.
Parker power rankings.
Not to be confused with the Enchanted 8, the Pyrocast.
The Pyrocast. Shout out Darvis.
Shout out Darv.
Shout out
out
Darvis.
Burger as
Sorry,
well.
Darvis.
Burger.
Oh yeah, shout out
Burger.
Burger.
Shout out the garage, man.
Shout out the
parking
garage.
The
man.
parking garage.
Darvis, I watched the whole thing, all 100 minutes. I appreciate you
Appreciate
guys
the
for coming
tag.
to our games. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and giving your analysis. Although some people may not agree with what you say, I think you have a lot of knowledge about what you're talking about. And you know a lot of the guys in the league. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys watching.
Shout out Darvis.
Shout out
Shout
Darv.
out
Shout out
Darvish,
Berg.
Shout out Burger.
We gotta give Darvis a section. 5-minute Pyrocast power ranking.
The issue is I don't know
he
if it
just
would
need a
last
whole-
5 minutes. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Nah,
we
but
just got our first decline. Holy moly.
all right. Parker
All right.
Power
We'll
Rankings.
skip-
Done
do that
by-
later.
Do a
We'll,
little
All right,
later.
call Darvis.
the darker Power Rankings. I should not have said that one.
Pyro power.
I meant Darvis and Parker. Did not mean it racially. All right. Well, this is when you need a dump button, I guess.
Oh, we're canceled.
Eric, you should have said that one. Fuck.
That was my
Alright.
line, Mike.
My bad. All right. Did not. The Parvis. Parvis. My bad, guys. All right.
We'll get back to the
We'll get back
commish.
to him. I'm sure he'll call. He may be asleep. Oh no, he's out of town.
Oh.
He is. Shout out Parker. Shout out Anna.
I'll be Parker. Let me do the power rankings.
All right, let's get the team power ranking. Let's get the cheddar version.
I'm just gonna show the
Number
whole
one,
list.
goblins.
I'm just gonna show the whole list because it'll be easier to
Yeah.
just not have to make this a whole ordeal here. The Parker Power Rankings are in. Number 1, we got the Makes. Mako's sitting at 6-2. Number 2, the Panthers sitting at 5-3. Number 3, La Familia sitting at 6-2. Number 4, the Dragons,
Hey.
4-4.
Okay.
The Dogs, 4-4 at number 5. The Ravens, 3-5 at number 6. The Yodis, sitting at number 7, 5-3. Number 8 is the Mambas at 5-3. Number 9, now the Martians at 1-7, and then number 10, the Goblins at 1-7.
Highest rank for the Martians. Right?
No, not since the beginning of the season
They
when
really-
there was other teams that had lost. They had a higher ranking. Oh, we got the chat talking. Don't worry. You guys are welcome. The Parvis Power Rankings. I will watch that one next time. This is what happens when you smash words together and you don't think about it before you say it. Any surprises here on these power rankings? Any teams that you think should be ranked higher?
Yeah, the Goblins.
Low key, you got Coyotes and Mambas
7 and 8.
I don't know, man. They're a tough team.
Oh yeah, probably over the Ravens.
Parker
The Ravens
goes
over them?
off of I don't know if I agree with the Ravens over them.
Yeah, I think the Ravens dropped a little bit.
I think I would put Ravens at 8 and move it up 7 or 6 and 7. But regardless, I understand.
Yeah, they did just lose by 30.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough one. All right, well, there you go. The Parvis Power Rankings.
Shout out Parvis.
Shout out Parv. All right, we're gonna get into
The prediction?
the predictions for awards.
Ooh.
All right.
Now, I put
You got all of them?
no, I didn't do 6-man. I put
Okay.
very little thought into any of this. So
Okay.
I want you guys to know that I asked you guys earlier in the chat, and then since then there's been about 500 messages, so I didn't go back because I didn't have the time. So
Well,
I would say do it in-
Most of them had me for Coach of the Year.
I would just say this. You can try to throw the names in here, and then I'll leave it to Ash to screenshot stuff and then send it to me. So if I'm missing anybody on any of these, just let me know. Not personal at all. This is literally, it took me 5 minutes to do this. So the MVP candidates that I have
strong.
right now,
Ooh.
Sean,
Okay.
Alex, Braylon, Tommy. Those are the 4 that I feel like a lot of people were saying those names.
Mhm.
That's a tough
Um,
one, man. This is a close.
I feel like you
race.
gotta also look at like what. So the best team right now, who has the best record on your conference?
The Makos and then Familia. Those are the 2 best records.
And then underneath
But then underneath, you have the Panthers, the Mambas, and the Yodis all tied
with 5 and 3.
with 5 and 3 compared to 6 and 2.
Yeah.
So record is kind of like they're
Yeah.
all the same record.
Yeah.
It's 1 win difference. It's not that much of a difference, you know.
Yeah, I feel
Shit.
like the Panthers should be there in that image too.
Nacho?
There. Yeah, Nacho.
It's hard because consistently throughout the season, Nacho lost without Bouncy, and Bouncy missed so many games, and that's where it gets hard.
Yeah, I mean,
Because if
yeah.
Nacho was
But
the
Bouncy
MVP,
shows up. Nacho's still hooping. I mean, Bouncy, yeah.
Nacho's hooped the whole season,
Yeah.
but he didn't win a game without Bouncy.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah,
You know,
so
that's my thought process with it.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Nacho because he's one of my favorite players in the league,
Yeah.
but that's the way that I see it. Is you're 0-3 without your number 2, and Bouncy missed 3 games. So to me, you're not that valuable because of that, because of the fact that the best ability is availability, and you missed 3 crucial games in a tight conference. To me, that hurts his case. Now I still have him in the Rookie of the Year conversation because he's fucking phenomenal,
Mhm.
but MVP, it's tough.
For Nacho?
Yeah. And then you
So
got the
for both.
MVP. You got MVP. You got 2 people on the Mambas. I feel like
Yeah, that's
it should.
crazy.
I feel like it should
MVP
only
candidate.
be one, right?
Well, that's what hurts their case in my opinion as well.
Yeah, like
So it's like
you can't. You
Is
could
Sean
give it to
still
one or the other.
out
but-
these past couple of games, his stats has kind of
Yep.
dropped a
People
bit.
have
So it's
figured out
like-
a little bit what he's doing.
So it's like, is he still up there, or did he get overtaken by somebody?
I think out of all the people on the list, and he's a great player, I think Sean is out of those 4.
I'm just going off of the names that were in
Yeah.
there. Yep.
You got Alex too. Like they only lost without. They lost their first game without him,
Yes.
Yeah.
and then they lost.
They've lost 2 with him, so they're
2 with
5 and 2 with Alex.
Oh, okay. I feel like if he's not there, that team is different. But they only lost by what, like
Alex,
few, 2
out
half
of
a million?
out of the 4 guys that are up there, Alex personally has played in the least amount of losses this season, if that matters for anything. But he's 5 and 2. Braylon, I believe, lost the first 2 or 3 with the Martians,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's
Yeah.
lost another one with Familia. So he's either at 3 or 4 losses, and then both Sean and Tommy have lost 3.
Does that hurt Braylon Case getting traded?
I think
'Cause
so
I had
too.
heard
Because
an
you
MVP
could.
case.
That's what happened to Yusuf last year, right? He
Mhm.
got traded, but he had like crazy numbers.
Yeah.
It was 2 different styles of
are you-
trades,
It's like, are you valuable if you got traded? You know?
but it was different.
This is a close one, man.
It's
It's
2
tough.
different.
Because if that's the
because-
case, you got to put Dom up there too, right? Because Dom was hooping.
But I
After
think
the
Dom
trade.
has the same. Dom struggled before the trade. Braylon was still playing well with the Martians. Dom played pretty bad in those first couple of games. He was struggling to find his rhythm.
And he just had like
with the
14
Goblins.
points.
He's not putting up.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So compared to like Alex,
I was
who dropped
thinking about
20.
what the game he had player of the week. I think he had
Yeah,
like what,
yeah,
35?
and he's had good games,
Yeah.
but he's also had games where he's played his role very well on that team, and Joel's scoring more.
Yeah, you're
or-
right. It's just a good team overall.
Yeah,
It's
they
not like
have a lot of
MVP.
weapons,
Yeah.
and it's hard when you have that many guys around you to win an MVP.
Yeah, me personally, I think Sean, if you're doing top 5, Sean drops to 5, and Nacho kind of takes that 4th spot. It's hard to give away 1 and 2 from Tommy and Alex because of what they've been doing the entire season. Even now, they're still doing their buckets. They're still getting their thing. They're still doing their thing, helping their team win, except Tommy for right now. Well, actually, Alex too. But as of right now, I feel like Sean is kind of dropped.
Yeah, they're all tough
Stat-wise.
though. Like I feel like you could make a case for all of those guys
Yeah.
that we talked about.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's super.
So
close.
I feel like at the end it's probably just
Super
gonna come down to
close.
stats.
There's no one obvious
Yeah.
unanimous answer.
You know,
We very well could have our first 2-time MVP:
and Alex, yeah.
Yeah.
Alex,
Yeah,
Braylon, or Nacho. If we put Nacho in that conversation,
2-time in general. Yeah,
2-time in general,
Yeah.
not back to back necessarily, but 2-time in general. We very well.
That'd be crazy back to back, Alex. I can't.
Yeah, that'd be wild. That'd be our first time ever back to back MVPs, and he's in that conversation.
Yeah.
You know,
Shout out Alex.
But nobody. I don't think anybody we missed. No.
Nah. I mean, Sway's been playing really good, but we're not winning. So.
Yeah.
all right. Well, let's move on to Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year talks. Sean's definitely in this conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got Nixon,
Uh-huh.
Dante, and Bouncy.
I say it's between Sean and Bouncy.
I don't know, man. Dante just had 28 and 9.
Yeah, Dante's.
To me,
he's
Dante's
had,
up
He's
there,
had more quiet games than Bouncy, though.
but he's also played in more games than Bouncy, and he's also leading his team in assists. Whereas Bouncy, is he leading you guys in points? Probably. He probably is leading you guys
Yeah,
in
it was
points
like
per game.
20 something, right?
Well,
Yeah,
no,
he's
because
probably averaging points
Nacho
per
had,
game.
I remember back-to-back weeks where he had 30, so could be a little hard. I think Nacho, but he might be right under.
So
So
if you're going based off like how many points he averaged, you got Nixon too.
Yeah, but
averaged,
Nixon-
like, what, 20.
Nixon, for me, the shot attempts is what kills him.
Yeah, like
His
field goal
efficiency
percentage,
is
yeah.
horrendous. Realistically, for a first-round pick, compare him to Nacho's efficiency, compare him to Bouncy, compare him to even Tay. He's not efficient. He had 19 on 22 attempts.
Yeah.
It's just different. Is he good? Yes. I don't. He's on the list. To me, I think he's number 4 on that list. Personally,
Who do we have
Yeah,
again?
does
Bouncy, Sean, and Tay.
do the Dante for his case? Do the wins affect his case or no?
I feel like for Rookie of the Year, wins don't really matter.
Yeah, I think it's more individual. Like you think of the
Yeah,
NBA.
I was
Yeah,
factoring
Alright, so
that
if
in.
it's
Yeah.
individual, it's definitely Tay's up there, and then
Yeah,
you gotta
Tay.
put it. You gotta put
You-
in Bentley. He's averaging like 20 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to look at the
Efficiently.
rookie class and like rank them in that class. Like, okay, who's leading that much in points? Where are they at in points? Like,
Well,
that's why Sean has a case because he's probably leading.
Actually,
all
he's
the
been on your
rookies.
team the whole season, and you don't know how to spell his name.
Who?
Nixon. Nikson. Nixon. All right.
Nixon.
I love
Sean's
the
the
accent.
only one in the rookie class in the MVP talk. So
That's fair.
Yeah. Well,
So,
yeah, Bouncy.
I mean,
was-
that
is
puts
valid,
him
too.
at
Yeah.
the top of the rookie class. If you ask
If
me.
you're talking value, well, Bouncy too. Yeah, that's hard
Yeah.
to say that.
That's
Sean
why I said
Bouncy.
those are the
Talking
top
about
two.
value.
Those are the
Yeah.
obvious top two. I mean, Tay's playing great, but again, the wins definitely hurt in my opinion.
Did they get when Tay was on vacation? How
Did
was
they?
the Martians game? Was it close or no?
Uh,
Who did they
was
play?
the Makos, and they lost.
No, that was not a close.
They lost by like 10 maybe or something.
Yeah, it wasn't like a complete blowout, but none of their games have been a blowout.
Yeah, they've been in every single game.
All right, well, Rookie of the Year. It's a tough one.
So it is a tough one, but
We're gonna save the best one for last. So we're gonna go to MIP next. We've got the two genes.
Probably the first year
the
defensive
two
players, like-
genes.
We've got Band
Let's
Up
go.
Vaughn, aka V1, aka V1 to Don, aka Vaughn,
Oh.
aka Mr. Email. And then we've got Sterling Shakespeare. Those are your 4.
Poor Shakespeare, man.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was on a run.
Shakespeare.
Yeah, he
He
was.
was on a run.
I think I
Looking
honestly,
on this list. Go ahead.
I think Shakespeare would have won because he's been the most consistent out of all the guys in the league.
Yeah.
Not in the league, in that list. So it would have went to him if he didn't get injured. My fault, Shakespeare.
I think we really have to take a look at the stats once I put that together to see where they were,
Yeah.
because I really do feel like Vaughn might have the strongest case.
Yeah, Vaughn's been playing really good.
Compared to
man.
where he played in season
Defensively,
4.
like doing the little things, especially
Yep.
maybe not scoring consistently, but rebounding,
assisting,
yeah,
fouling.
all that shit matters too. And yeah, he's doing that more than the other guys in the list. I mean, you got Gene up there with assists, but not as much rebounding and defense.
Yeah.
As much as Vaughn is contributing.
I think it's very tight. I
It's
think
a
all
tou- yeah,
four
it's
of
a
them,
very tight.
until we have the stats from their previous season, I think it's going to be hard to tell. Because the eye test would say, oh, Job has improved. And then you look at his stats from last season, and he was still averaging 10
Yeah.
points a game. Like, similar numbers, and it's like, wow, okay. Well, he looks like he's gotten better, and the eye
But
test
he
would
had
say
he
that.
had like one good game that really kind of put him there.
Yeah.
I feel like so.
It's
Yeah.
it's
Did
really
you
hard to
just have
tell.
didn't you
Like
just
you've
have
had
a
a
career
couple,
high?
Gene.
again?
You've had a couple good
Great
games. Like,
games.
yeah, you've
Great
got
games.
This
Was-
season I
20
got like
plus games.
Was that
like 20 plus games.
was
Yeah.
last week career high again?
27, yeah, again. Yeah.
So it was like 3 times in one
Yeah,
season.
27.
3 times in a row.
You had
I mean, not in a
27
row.
last
but-
week. You had 27.
Yeah, on
Holy
Sunday.
shit.
But I think Sterling, man, I think he was definitely unanimous MIP until he went down.
Yeah.
But
But it's
like
hard
again,
to see
you have to
because
see against his stats.
that's
'cause
what I'm saying.
He didn't play
Last
with the
season.
Magicians, right?
He started with the Reapers,
Then he got
and he
traded.
struggled. And then he went to the Magicians, and he had more of a
I don't
green
think
light.
he was doing what he was.
He played
Yeah.
well in the Magicians.
He
Yeah,
shot-
but
he shot
not,
his
not
legs
like
out,
this.
just-
Not
yeah.
like he wasn't a second option still. You
Yeah,
know,
like he was
that.
hitting
He
clutch
wasn't getting
buckets.
the same. He wasn't
like,
getting the same amount
this
of shot
season
attempts.
he was tough. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he
And then
played great.
Vaughn, I didn't see him
Appreciate
play,
you, Matt. Appreciate that.
but I know he has a bigger role like in this Martians team. And
What? Wait, what happened?
he
No,
said,
Matt was like E for MIP.
There you
Step
go,
back,
Eric.
E.
Well, you gotta hit a step
shout
back.
out Batman.
If you hit a step back, Eric wins.
Batman,
Dre
did you
said
win
y'all
this week?
forgot Dre.
Batman, did you
Dre,
win
you're
this
not
week?
MIP.
Yeah, Dre, you're.
Dre is finals MVP.
So you don't think because he was Finals MVP?
No, it's not that. It's
Yeah.
just he played well last season. He's played well this
Yeah,
season.
he's a top
He
player in
hasn't-
the league.
He
He's
hasn't,
defined himself as that.
but he hasn't played exponentially well enough. So season 4, Dame won MIP. He was on the worst team. He was on the Bandits. Didn't win a game, and he went from, I think, like 18 points to like 25 points a game. Clearly, the star on that team was dominating. His field goal percentage went up by a lot. If we see that when we put the numbers next to each other with Dre, sure, you can be in the conversation. Off top, memory, Dre played well last season. This season, he's playing well too. It's not as big of a gap. Gene had some games where he struggled.
Yeah.
Gene Lopez barely got to play. Vaughn, season 4, shot like 2 for 30 from 3. Like, just really struggled. Didn't have a role on that Mako team. And Sterling 2 seasons ago didn't really have the role on the Magicians or the Reapers. Dre had that big role. We saw him shine at the last memory of the Mambas. It's hard to put you in the MIP without looking at the stats.
Yeah, I think that's what it comes down to is the stats. I think what hurts my case too is like you said, I had a couple games like under 10 points. I had like 2, I had like 3 points, but like to my defense, I think one of them I only took like 4 shots.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
about your assists and the other things?
Yeah, but
you
we're
did
not
too?
looking at individual games. People are going to look at, like when I do the polls and when I put up the stats,
It's gonna be based
it's going to
on
be
stats.
season stats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna
stats.
be
So nobody's gonna
average,
see,
what
oh,
you average in
you're-
the season.
You're
Yeah.
27 and
Last
your
season.
3, we're averaging out to, that's quick math, 24, 12, 15.
Yeah.
So that's 15 points per game that you're averaging out of those two.
Yeah, you weren't doing that last season.
Nah, I think it was like 8
Yeah.
points.
That's
Yeah.
a huge
That's
difference.
a huge gap.
That's
But-
almost
but
double.
No playoff experience.
Chill.
Yeah.
Shout out Dre.
There you go. It's another thing.
All right. We're going to go to the Coach of the Year. Coach of the Year right now.
Oh, you're
the-
definitely missing one person. What the hell?
I know, I didn't put myself. but this is what the chat consensus was.
You mean
Is these 3 names, Ghost, Luke, and Tone. Now, Luke and Tone, obviously, they're both sitting at 6 and 2, top of their respective conferences, have very strong teams. And Ghost, exceeding expectations. Everybody thought that this is one of the worst teams as far as roster went. And now they've secured their first playoff berth in history for Ghost. So he's had a great run as a captain this season. He's got Mike Parker playing great. He's got Gene playing great. I
Got
think
Prince
that he's
playing
got a
great.
strong a case for Coach of the Year.
Yep.
Dean, who would you put right now at the top of your Coach of the Year ranking out of those three?
Oof. I mean, Luke and Tone solidified themselves already past couple seasons as like top
Tier.
Top winning teams. You know, they always have winning teams. I think the most impressive, obviously, is Ghost, coming from didn't make the playoffs first 2 times as a captain, didn't win a game last season. Now he clinched the playoffs, and he has a chance to be the number 1 team, right?
Yeah.
Still, like if you guys
No,
win,
no. He's
No.
number
No.
2.
number two. Oh, okay, yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
La Familia still has 1 win.
He can have
over
his
them.
first winning season, though.
Yeah, first winning season. Yeah, I mean the most impressive is definitely Ghost. I'll just give it to Ghost based on that. To be honest, he
Yeah.
has my vote. Very impressive.
Yep. I'll give it to Ghost as well. You know,
No
that's my
bias.
guy. No bias. And I only say that because if you look at the graphics, we just talked about MIP. We talk about Rookie of the Year. And then we haven't talked about DPOY. But you got 3 people from our team that are candidates. And
You mean
we
six
have a
man?
chance to have.
Or
Oh, yes. Mike Parker. It was,
6-man, too, yeah. So you'll
have multiple. Yeah, exactly. So you put it that way. And then if we win the next game against the Martians, we have a winning record. Last season was winless. So I just feel like the turnaround is great for the Ghosts. I feel like Luke, Tone, they're great coaches. You know, no credit taking from them. But they just always had, like, good teams, you know. And they're back on top of their seeding.
which is crazy because Tone's never won it, even though he's had great teams.
He's
Yeah.
never won the championship.
Oh, he never won.
And he's never won
the
Coach of the Year.
Oh, never won coach.
Oh,
of the
he
year.
hasn't
So,
won
wow.
it?
Yeah,
No.
so it's
I
like
thought he
Oh,
had
I-
one, but I guess it
No.
was.
if it's the farewell tour, it's like it's very.
It's
hard.
not. Can we
Is
drop
Well,
that narrative?
He apparently
don't give it based
he
off
saved
it.
the narrative in
I
the
don't
chat.
care. Yeah, that's fine. You can, but like that's not the narrative for voting because we know that it's false. So I didn't announce anything, but
Nah, yeah, and the
Come
last
on.
thing I would say for Ghost's case is like draft night. You know, everybody's shitting on the draft order,
Yeah.
the picks. You know,
Josiah was
not
a
everybody
pick.
was confident on the picks on the
Mhm.
team, and you know he just had a
Batman
different vision.
paid to get off your team.
Hey,
He
That's
paid
Batman.
$75
Yeah.
to get off of your team.
hey, Prince is the one that came up on that. I ain't gonna lie.
Now you guys have a chance to make the playoffs, and he might not make the playoffs, which would be wild.
Yeah, he should.
Paid
yeah.
Let's go
$75 to not
Dragons.
make the, not make the playoffs.
Wow.
Shout out, Bat.
Shut up, Batman.
The fucking
What about
Dragon.
you guys?
Eric, what you think?
Yeah, I'll probably have to give it to Ghost just because of like what you guys said. Like it's very hard not to give it to him. I would do Tone just because of like he hasn't won and he's been doing it consistently. You know,
Yeah.
it's about time he gets one. But if he's been doing it consistently for so long, he'll probably do it again and he'll probably still win one.
But Ghost beat Tone, right?
Ghost did beat Tone. Yep, that's the thing.
So that kind of
That's the thing. They were supposed to be the favorites in that conference, and the team that was not supposed to be the favorite actually won. So
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that head-to-head contest kind of give Ghost that little jump.
I think shout out Ghost. I think he's obviously turned his career around as a captain. My vote right now would be Tone, because of the fact that he doesn't have Sterling just beat us. He finesses Braylon.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He trades on draft night, gets the guys that he wants, puts
Precisely.
together the teams that he put together, all the guys that he wanted onto one team. Put
Yeah.
all the pieces, all of his friends together on one team, and in my opinion, I thought that roster was weak. I thought that I put them in a similar realm as you guys.
Before the trade.
I wrote them off completely before the season started. We played them in the scrimmages. It was a close game. We barely won. They start the season, and I mean, obviously they proved me wrong. They proved anybody else that doubted them wrong. And then you get Braylon, and now they're the favorites out of their conference. Yes, you guys beat them. I still think that they're the favorites out of that conference. I see Sterling doing workout videos, so that's a good sign for them. He's got one more week to rest. He's got 2 more weeks to rest, realistically. So
Yeah, he could come back.
he could come back. To me, I would give the vote to Tone based on the fact that they're the top of that conference. Tone's dealing with the adversity. He made a GM move to make that trade. That's my vote. Personally,
Mhm.
no discrediting Luke or any of the other captains as well. Luke obviously has done a Great job, especially adapting. His guys seem very happy. Shout out all the captains. Everybody that's
they
trying.
all got a case. They all got a
Yeah,
case.
do you give Luke that credits for the trade too? Then?
No, because yes, I give him the credit for being able to adapt with Dom and put him into the system and making Dom more comfortable and playing way better.
Yeah.
I give him that credit. The difference was Phil wasn't asking off of Familia. Sway was asking off of the Makos.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the difference where it's like Braylon wanted to be with Tone and Sway didn't want to be there. So that's kind of just the reason why I don't credit Luke for that trade, because it's not like he wanted to trade Sway and now I'm going to upgrade and get Dom. It was kind of like, all right, he doesn't want to be here. Let's make him happy. I'll take Dom. Dom's a phenomenal player, and it just kind of fell into his lap.
Yeah.
Whereas Tone was like clearly finessing behind the scenes, a little bit of, Tone stuff. And
A
Tone,
little bit of tone
he
stuff.
does it every season. He's really good at GMing. He's really good at
Yeah.
getting the team that he wants,
All right,
and he put
Tone's
together
GM
a
of
great
the year.
team.
GM of the
Yeah,
year.
for sure. It's a tough. I mean, for
I mean,
GM.
you got to put me in that one. I got
Oh, yeah,
Juan.
you did
I got
get
Chef
Juan,
out of the
you got Chef.
woodworks.
You got Chef in
I
the
mean, you
second
got to put me in the
round.
Well,
GM conversation.
we're still waiting on Dom Douglas, right?
Yusuf might come back.
Yusuf and Fest.
We're flying him back. We're getting Yusuf. We're getting Fessy. Dom Douglas. Dream
The
team.
dogs are back.
I'm never touching the ball.
The dogs.
Yeah, it's
dogs.
been a close
yeah.
race for every category, though.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's impressive.
great.
It's very impressive across the boards. Shout out to all the guys that made the list.
Well, don't worry. We still got everybody's favorite. The most vocal, for whatever reason, which I'm actually happy about, that guys pride themselves so much on this that
Oh my God.
anytime a play is made, even if they fouled and the ref
Yeah.
didn't call it and they
DPOY.
stopped it, DPOY. Shout
I
out
better
these
be
guys.
on there for my stance against Alex. What the hell?
How am I not on there? That's the question.
Box.
Listen,
I'm averaging 20 blocks.
Amazon Prime.
We've got the possibility, once again, for the first time ever, there to be a two-time DPOY. Mike Parker,
Like
Nick Aracena, and Chief, all three of them former DPOYs. And then you got Day, a rookie, in there making his case. Now, the two guys in the middle have been by far the most vocal. We had them on the podcast last week. You saw them.
But the other guys have been
But
more.
the other guys have been playing very well.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's hard. There's no clear-cut winner in my eyes. Watching all the
Yeah,
games,
it's very close.
all four of them have been exposed at one point or another. All four of them have locked somebody up at one point or another.
Yeah.
There's no clear-cut winner.
But only one has been double teamed.
So.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
What are you even talking about? Who was double
Nah, they were
teamed?
talking about it in the chat, like with Dom and Nick was going back and forth saying that they were running a train on Nick. They go back and forth in 1v1.
Oh, what the
And pause.
What does that have to do with,
Nah,
what does that have to do with defense?
what
Hey, chat,
Was he
back me up.
defending himself?
defensive player of the year?
Nah, shout out to Mike Parker, man. Yo, I don't know if y'all watched our our film. Mike Parker got 2 steals on foul back to back.
Yeah.
And like I feel like
He's a good energy player.
man,
Like,
he has
he
such
always
good
hustles,
defense,
man.
and
Yeah.
it transitions to our offense. So
Yeah,
um,
absolutely.
I
Yeah,
got
you guys
Mike
usually get a bucket off of him stealing the
Yeah.
ball. Usually.
Parker. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I also was gonna bring up Day. You know, he had 10 steals
Yeah.
that one game.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel like
impressive.
that makes him, in that.
Didn't
that
Tommy
conversation.
have
That's like-
10 steals in the game too?
But
I think 9.
9.
But kind of like the
It's-
MVP conversation, you got 2 guys from the same team, being that candidate. Does that hurt them?
That's
No.
Nick's whole argument.
They're a good defensive team. They're notorious for the trap. So
We got a lot of Mike in the
I mean,
chat.
you got multiple people that are on the same team in these categories. I don't
Just do that
You know what I
in
mean?
there.
So,
No,
Got
I'm
a lot
assuming.
of Mike in the chat.
I'm assuming they mean Mike Parker.
Oh.
I don't think they mean me. If it is me, Axel, thank you. But I don't think
yeah,
it's me.
Tommy has the most steals, right?
He does, but
Probably,
like,
yeah.
what do you credit a steal to? If he's one-on-one and he picks somebody's pocket, sure, that's a good steal. But him not playing defense and playing a passing lane, or him back tapping somebody and then getting a leak out, it's not the same. It's not like this is a prime example of why he's not DPOY. Last week, there was no answer for Nacho and Bouncy. If he was the DPOY, he would have stepped up.
He would've
I'm going to
slowed down
guard.
one of
Yeah,
them,
I'm going to
yeah.
guard at least one of them and stop them from scoring.
Yeah.
He didn't do that because that's not what he wants to do.
Yeah.
He's an offensive juggernaut.
Yeah.
Phenomenal at scoring, but that's not his game to like lock, or he hasn't shown that it's his game to lock down the best player on that side of the ball.
Yeah.
That's why I wouldn't put him in that conversation. Nick, Day, Chief, Mike, they're all looking to guard the better players on the court and challenge themselves in that way. Whether they get scored on or not, you're gonna get scored on, but it's what can I do to slow this guy down? How can I make a stop here? even if I get dropped or whatever the case is, I'm going to get right back up and I'm going to play hard.
Yeah.
That's why those 4 are in the running, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You can put Sean in that conversation. You can put Marcus Russell in that conversation, but it's different because they're not on-ball defenders.
Yeah, no, I think I see Tone saying Chief averaging a block a game. That's pretty impressive. You got Day with 10 steals, Chief averaging 1 block a game. You got Nick.
Yeah, for me personally, it's really close for Day between Day and Chief.
Yeah.
I love Nick. Nick's really locking up. Nick's really locking up, but like,
You had on your chin.
hey, yo.
What is
Whoa.
that?
CeleTake after dog.
But now Nick's been playing defense really well. But I feel like the 10 steals by Day in one game is kind of like equivalent to Tommy having that breaking the record in scoring, back him up in his MVP case.
Yeah, didn't he
And
tie
then-
like the most his career steals or whatever?
That was the
Yeah.
most. That was the record.
Oh, that he
10,
tied
yeah.
it.
Yeah, right?
I think he tied it with somebody.
He tied him?
Mike Parker.
I thought Mike Parker had 9.
Oh no,
There's
John
a lot of
Kerry.
records
It was
being
John
broken
Kerry.
this
John
Yeah.
Kerry
John
had
Kerry
10?
had 10.
A lot of
Yeah,
records
John
being
Kerry had
broken.
10. Yeah, so it was tied. But
Chief
yeah,
Record,
Chief with
But-
16 assists. Or
block
Chef.
and
Chef,
blocks,
excuse me.
Steals.
yeah, but Chief being what under 6 feet, getting a block a game, averaging a block a game
Yeah,
as a
Chief's
guard.
a phenomenal defender.
And if you see these blocks, they're like literally following hip to hip. I'm going straight up with you, and I'm gonna meet you up there. Like
Yeah.
yeah, he could jump.
you can jump.
He-
Yeah, he
really
blocked me
can.
twice. So I'm like, I know, trust me.
I know.
But yeah, Mike Parker.
It's hard,
Yeah.
man. It's a really
Yeah,
tough
I can't
one.
even say, I can't even give an answer.
No,
That's
because
hard,
all
yeah.
4 of them have had their moments of greatness. They've all had struggles. It's really hard.
It's crazy
really
that
hard to
all,
pick.
most
Hey,
of
yo.
the awards are probably gonna come down to that last game.
It's
Yeah,
all going to come
that's what I'm
down
saying.
to
It's not even over. You got
Yeah.
one more game to play. I feel like
It's gonna be a
obviously
close one.
playoffs. If it was included, playoff, like how we play, then it's different. But
Yeah, it makes the last week good. The fact that each team is still trying to make the playoffs, and there's people trying to win individual awards who hasn't.
Yeah,
lost
there's a
it
lot.
yet.
There's
So
a
it's
lot
like
going into this week,
going
man.
on each game. It's, like,
It's in the
all right.
script.
yeah,
Shout out
Axel
Mitch.
is saying that we've missed Mike and we've missed Parker. Right, Parker hasn't played since season 4.
What?
So I don't know, man. We can put Parker in there. I mean, if that's how you're feeling,
Parker,
we're putting Parker.
Commissioner of the Year.
So we're gonna talk about predictions for next week.
Yeah.
Before
mean-
we get into that, should we at least say that we've got the gym, season 8,
Oh yeah. we
Yeah.
did.
coming soon? I don't have a
Yes.
graphic.
Announce it.
I don't have a graphic, but the graphic will get posted tomorrow. Season 8. We're starting
official.
right back up, guys. I know that we don't want to wait. We don't want to wait for this shit. We want to get it going right away. So I got the gym. We're locked in. I've got to get a gym for the tryouts still, but that's going to be April 27th. It's a Sunday, 2 weeks after the championship tryouts. 2 weeks after that, May 11th. Yes, I know it's Mother's Day. Have brunch. It's at night. Draft night. May
Bring your
11th.
mother.
Bring your
Bring your
mom.
mother.
Bring
Yeah,
her
it's
to
going
the
to be,
draft.
hopefully, I'm not going to make any promises because I don't know where the draft's going to be yet. I haven't even thought that far ahead. The gym we locked in today, we're back at Silver Star. June 8th will be media day scrimmages. The season tentatively is running through August 31st. We are going to be doing a separate day for the championship. So the semifinals will be on their own day, championship, and an all-star game in that last week. So the people that are in the championship will not participate in the all-star game, but the other 8 teams, their representatives, will. I'll drop more info on that, but same prices this season. Get your money in. If you have somebody that's wanting to sponsor a team, please reach out to me, and we can figure out how we can move forward with that, and you can figure out what kind of a discount you can get for helping me help you. So season 8, we're ready. June 8th it's starting. April 27th is the tryout, and that's when your money is due.
If anybody wants to sponsor Sally After Dark, baby.
No, that's Batman.
how many roster spots are you gonna?
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't
It
know
depends
yet?
on how
Right
many
now,
people pay, right?
listen, and if
You-
you're watching this, A, make sure you like the video.
Yep.
B, if you're watching this and you do not have your points, I don't care your excuse. You're not invited back. Simple and plain. Most of you guys have your points. Thank you guys for helping out. Gene,
Yep.
always thank you. You always help out.
Shout
A
out.
lot of you, most of you,
Help out
pretty
when
much
you don't even have to.
everybody that's in the chat,
Yeah.
you guys are in the chat for a reason. You guys like the league. You enjoy helping out. So thank you guys. The people that aren't in the chat or the people that haven't helped out, you've got 3 more weeks. If you want to participate in season 8, you got to help. Everybody
That's 3
helps.
points right there.
Go commentate
Is
with
there a
Josh.
lot of people still left
Or-
with
or
no
3
points?
in one day.
No, there's a handful.
camera,
Okay.
scoreboard, and commentate with Josh.
I know
all
we're
in one
missing
day.
I know we're missing a couple guys not coming back or not able to. So, Mike Mitchell, shout out you. He's gonna cash at me now. There you go. If you want to
150
cash at
Boogie.
me,
Oh, Boogie, season 8.
150.
Okay.
$ franchise the rapper for Cash App, 150, or at Michael Scalco on Venmo. I'm not going to give my phone number on here, but Zelle as well for those of you that have my phone
We're
number.
gonna get Tim Toes.
I don't need Tim calling me.
You're gonna get feet pictures.
I don't answer numbers that I don't know.
Hey, Mike, are you up?
Mike, it's
Can I see
Tim.
Pat Klein's feet again?
Can we do a 3-way FaceTime?
Oh my God.
I'll pay for your admission to the league.
All right, guys, let's get into game 1 of
Who do
the
we got?
final week of
Whew, big game, big
Wow.
Big
game.
game.
season 7.
Big game for the Martians. Are you guys going to kind of take it easy, Gene? Right?
Hell
Don't
no.
really
No,
matter.
they want that winning record. They need that 5-4. Ghost first winning record as a captain.
Yeah, we need that 5-4. Man.
I got
We
Dragons
gotta make
winning.
a statement.
You gotta go into the playoffs with this game, regardless of if you clinched or not. This game is so important for momentum
Yeah.
going
And
into the
us.
playoffs.
And us, please.
Yeah.
I don't think Gene cares about that.
But you guys still
No,
have to win, though, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a tough matchup.
Yeah, it's a
man.
tough
Oh
game.
no, it's fine.
We'll get
be
there.
okay.
But
got
yeah,
a secret
I
weapon.
think the Martians coming off a win gives them confidence, momentum. But the Dragons always ready. So
Y'all just won by 30 points.
yeah, exactly. So we're gonna go out there, have
Know what I mean?
fun, and get that dub.
Boogie says Dragons by 25. I'll take the over. Yeah, I got to go Dragons. I'm going Dragons. It's very... The Martians, the whole season, yeah, they looked more complete on paper, compared to the Goblins. But I feel like that you guys have way more heart, and they quit too much sometimes in game. And you can't quit against a team that has heart that's going to play every
Exactly.
play.
Because we're not gonna quit.
Yeah, exactly. So it's hard to take the Martians, but the Martians do need it, so maybe they do say, you know what? Last week we won our game. They could be very confident that, this could be the script.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
You
I
don't
think it's
think
going to
so?
be a close game. I think Dragons win, but
But they do have a lot of
It's gonna be a
size,
close
though.
game.
They got a lot of size you guys
They
gonna have to
do.
worry about.
yeah,
So that's the thing. If they learn
if
how
they
to
use
use
it correctly, though.
yeah, if
they
they learn
have
how
to
to,
use
if they
it.
use it,
So,
you guys might struggle.
yeah.
But it's hard. You guys on hot streak. It's hard to go against you guys right
Yeah,
now.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. They do have that. They have that advantage over us.
You
height
guys got
and whatnot.
Axel.
But we do have
Yeah.
Josiah. We have
And
Axel.
Josiah, yeah.
Those guys are hustle guys. So it's great to have
Ghost
on our
helps
team.
on the boards too.
And then we have a lot of guards. So just if we limit their playmakers, it's gonna be tough for their team to get going. So looking forward for Sunday. I just early game. Got to wake up early.
Changes
Yeah,
things.
tough.
Yeah.
I think a couple of the Martians may be late. That's my prediction.
Ooh.
I predict
it's
that
a
somebody's going to be
very
late
early
with a
game.
9:15 game.
You say couple? Go 1.5 over?
I'll go over.
Over
Mm.
one. Ooh.
1.5
I think at least
players
2
late.
of them are going to be late.
When we say late, we mean 9:15 late or jump ball late.
I mean, after 9:15.
Like-
Like
after that.
middle of the game, 10 minutes in, late.
And that's the tech, right? The
Yes.
9:15, the actual time, not the
Yes.
jump ball. Okay.
If it starts, well, no. If it starts at 9:25 and they get lucky, then they're fine.
Okay.
But if it starts at 9:15 and they're not there for
Yeah,
9:15,
wow, that
Well,
was a great observation there. I didn't even think of that.
But if it starts at like 9:13, and they
it
pull
won't
up
start at 9:13. There's a 0% chance I get everything set up at 9:13. I promise you that. And if I do,
Trying to play
there's a 0% chance that you're there and the other captains are there to help. I promise you that.
by 9:13.
By 9:13, I promise you the 4-point zone won't be set up. Something's not going to be done for us to get started.
All right.
So-
well, I won't be there actually. So
See?
Yeah.
And we're going to wait on you.
no, I won't be there.
No, I know, and we're going to
Oh.
wait.
Yeah, we're gonna wait for you to show up. It's gonna take a couple days. You'll get there.
I really hope the Dragons win just to make the next game interesting. Because if you guys lose, then they're not going to play hard, and then it's just a shit show. That
Oh
kinda
yeah,
just
that's
screws
true. Because
everything.
their
So
game will be
I
pointless.
really hope you guys
Mike
win.
Mitchell's funny.
Well, I'm just gonna shoot like 24 pointers the next game.
Yeah, I will just automatically end that game if it's a shit show and just get the game
and
going.
and not from the side closest to the rim, from the other side.
Yeah, does that count if you shoot from the
Yes.
other side?
Yes,
Yeah.
we
Yes,
agreed
what?
this season it does.
I shot one to tie the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was asking because
Yeah.
I seen you shoot it from the other side.
Yes,
I'm
the
like,
other side now is
wait, why did
legal.
he shoot it from that? Like,
Yes, that side
Okay.
is now legal.
that makes sense.
All right, who do you got?
Dragons.
Dragons. All right,
Come on.
game number 2, Yodis versus the Gobs.
I'm just gonna put my mic.
Alrighty.
Dean, who do you got?
Oh, you want me to answer this?
The Coyotes.
Well, it depends.
They're a pretty good
who
team,
shows up for the Coyotes? Is Pat coming?
I
I
mean,
don't
he
know.
says, who knows?
It's still early game for him.
Questionable.
I don't think Pat will be there.
Well, we're gonna show up and we're gonna try to win. We're not gonna not play.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you guys lose, but I
Yeah.
don't see that happening. So we're gonna be prepared to play and try to win. That's all I can say.
Batman, no, it's not free if you pay first. I paid first. I paid for the gym. So
How,
it's free for me.
how is it free if you pay first? You still paid.
Well, he's not thinking. Nick said it.
Bat-
Nick said it
Any
first.
sense.
Nick said it first. In all
Nick.
fairness.
Oh,
So
Nick,
I mean,
Nick,
Batman's just asking the questions that Nick. Nick is probably gonna be the first to pay, like he always is. All right, Eric, who do you got? Gobstoppers and the Coyotes.
Gobstoppers. We need a Gobstopper. Let's go Goblins. Sway for 35. Ryan for 20. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, baby.
Gene, who do you got?
I got the Yodis, man. You got Alex, Mr. MVP himself. If they also who shows up, but I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think the Goblins show up and they play hard.
Yeah.
I think, like you said, Sway 30 plus. It's just a matter of fact of the next up guys. You know, you need Ryan, you need Dean to show up, you need JPP to be aggressive. All those guys in your score. Ish needs 10 plus. So I think, Goblins knowing it's win or go home, allowing that we win. I think they're gonna play hard and it's gonna be a close game.
Yeah. I mean, I would love for the Goblins to win. I would really love it.
Wait, if the Goblins win, my bad. If the Goblins win, are the Coyotes at the playoffs?
If you win.
It depends on the scenario. If we win and the Mambas win, then the Coyotes would be out. Unless we win by like a lot against the Panthers. If we absolutely demolish them, then the point difference. Oh no, because you have the head-to-head.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, yeah.
So the Mamas play who? The Makos?
Mm-hmm.
It's all fucked.
Yeah,
But the
never
Makers
mind.
might blow that game.
Oh, because they're clinched.
Yeah, they're close.
Depends on if Luke wants that 3-peat Coach of the Year.
Ooh.
Another narrative.
You heard it here first.
Another there.
Another narrative. Just saying. Does Luke want it? If he's the only team that goes 7-2,
Very interesting.
Makes his case a
week-
little bit
this
stronger.
Week is going to be very interesting.
he can
I
do
like
something
it.
that's never been done.
I like
3-time Coach of the Year.
Wow.
I like it.
Take the defending champs out of the playoffs. Maybe he
Wow.
does it.
Yeah,
my-
you could make a stronger case for him.
Yeah, my vote.
For sure.
definitely.
Yeah.
My vote. Hell yeah.
All right. Next game.
I didn't even pick because I didn't want to. All right, game number 3.
Wait, hold on. Coyotes or Goblin?
I would go Yodis
All
if
right.
I'm being realistic,
You know
just
what?
because of Alex.
It's my last time on the podcast.
Alex, yeah. You'll be back tomorrow. Where the fuck is TJ? All right, we've got Mike Mitchell versus Mo playing one-on-one. The Dogs versus the Panthers.
Is this Lakeside, Mo?
This is Lakeside
This is
Mo.
Lakeside Mo's dropping 20.
Well, Lakeside and Mike Mitchell I've seen is going crazy, actually.
Yeah, but not as crazy as Lakeside
No,
Mo.
Lakeside Mo's a different
He's
animal.
cooking Lakeside
Yeah,
Mike
no.
Mitchell.
That's not even in question.
Who stopped me from scoring 7?
All right, well, it's you two.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Ooh.
Gene.
Keep in
no
mind, guys,
Fezzi?
actually, no Fessy, no Eric, so,
No Fessy, no Eric.
Kinda
that
evens
evens
out.
out.
Well, it's not a
That
guarantee.
Even, yeah, that evens
Not
out
a
for
guarantee. We might get somebody. I heard Dom Douglas is on the
sure.
table.
No.
I heard
I saw-
Yusuf
I
might
saw him
come back.
practicing.
No.
I
That's
heard
not
Yusuf.
happening.
I heard LeBron James is in the works. Mac McClung we
Mac
spoke to.
McClung. Saw him downtown.
So crazy.
You know, I've ran into him downtown multiple times, like shooting dice, like in the side of the road.
And he was wearing a
Serious?
Dog's jersey. He was wearing a Dog's jersey every time.
Yep, I got a picture of
He's
it.
getting ready for
It's in
this
the hidden
moment.
files. Sully After Dark. You have to pay for that content.
Man, that's a tough game. Bentley show up. I got Panthers. I got the duo 25 plus. The Dogs. If Fezzi shows up, that's a whole different game. But I don't think he's showing up, so I gotta give it to the Panthers.
Panthers to the playoffs. I like that.
But you don't need this to get to the playoffs
Depending on what happens that first game, right?
or the last game.
Yeah, we don't want to wait till the last game.
I mean, you could.
I tried that last season.
You
Didn't end
can.
well.
Yeah, listen, we'll ref the last game together. It'll be fine.
Ooh.
Oof. Fessi's out still. Panthers in 5.
Ooh, I like
Panthers. Panthers. Yeah, I gotta go Panthers, man. If Bouncy and Nacho do what they did last game, it's gonna be hard for you guys to stop, honestly.
Well, the difference is, Mambas don't have a DPOY. Dogs got Mitch.
That's right. Fuck.
You gotta
And you got
remember
Big
these
Bird
things.
and Mo. Oh, come
that.
on.
Bird
man.
just shot
Kinda
100%.
forgot about these very important.
You guys are
players.
screwed. Bird's about to block
Nah,
the
I
fuck
got the
out
Panthers,
of Nacho.
man. I got the Panthers.
All right.
They have the momentum, so
I'm gonna be like everybody else and clip this and play this every morning.
yeah.
I'm gonna remember that, bro.
Could change your
Post me
profile
on your
picture.
story.
Yeah, for sure.
20 times.
Fucking Dean, his shirtless selfie. That's the new Celly Nation logo.
Please make that the logo.
All right, game 4. Oh, Chan versus Braylon. This is an interesting 1v1.
Wow.
If Chan gets the ball first and he backs him down, he's got a chance. He's got a chance at
But
Lakeside.
who's going to be cutting for Chan to hit him with the behind the back pass?
No, just
Oh,
one-on-one.
1v1?
Just one-on-one. Chan versus Braylon. Chalin.
Jalen.
Bran.
Choo-choo.
Raisin Bran.
Choo-choo brain.
Yeah, Chan's hard to stop.
Chan's hard to stop at Lakeside. One-on-one.
Yeah.
That's a big boy, and
that
he's got
is-
finesse.
He
Got
does,
finesse.
He does.
But if Braylon gets the
Couple
ball,
pump,
I think
couple
it's
pump fakes, you know.
if Braylon gets the ball and Chan doesn't hurt him, I think Chan's in for a long day. I don't think Braylon drives on Chan. I
Oh
think
yeah,
he would
that's
just
what
shoot.
happened last season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chan's an aggressive boy. He's a big guy. Big guy. All right. Familia versus the Ravens. This game matters for neither one of them. Except for
Yeah.
Tones, Coach of the Year case.
I got familiar.
I think it's a close game, but I have to go with La Familia. Braylon fell. I think the Ravens are gonna come out to play. I feel like we might see a surprise Chili show up.
Chili, where you
if,
at?
If Galo Haro shows up on time, you know, if X plays like how he did last game, it's gonna be a close game. If those guys are going, they have the advantage. But I feel like Braylon, you know, he's just been hooping with those guys. Chief and Day make Braylon's job way easier. You know, it's just a term of the main steps up too. So it's Shot Dog. Shot Dog has been quiet.
Yeah.
But I got La Familia.
Yeah, I got a lot familiar too. I feel like this is probably coaching wise, it'll be a close game.
Yeah.
But I feel like Braylon probably be a little too much just for the Ravens.
But Phil kind of struggled. He struggled. He had 13 points last game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't know
it's
if we
also
see
their
that
defense too. If they're not disciplined on defense, like
like the rest of the guys.
yeah.
I think it's more of their offense because once
I don't see Phil dropping 13 again though.
La Familia starts pressing, then it's like, all right, can Daryl be calm with the ball? Will Sauce be able to calm the team down?
I think
Yeah, if they could hit their open shots in transition, you know, out of breaking the press.
Will Dre be
Yeah, I don't
mentally in it if he doesn't get foul calls? I feel like La Familia. I got La Familia by 5.
First of all, thank you, Mike Mitchell, for paying.
Went through?
I guess so. I'll know after.
know. Wow.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Or else I'm taking that thank you back.
send him his money back.
Mike
It's
Mitchell
free.
owes me $20, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we placed a bet and he didn't pay. No, I'm just kidding. I said it's fine.
Second. Oh man, 48 viewers, 9 likes. Please like the video before you hear the prediction.
Yeah, come on.
Come
on,
guys.
please.
Come
How are
on.
you gonna watch a video?
Thank you,
not like-
JPP. I can't see the likes on this stupid thing.
Pause. What I say?
Please like the video.
Let me know what I said.
Now, I want to say this. All logistics would say La Familia. But if you saw our story on Sunday, in front of Chili's, Darvis hit the Ray Lewis dance. I got to go Ravens. Darvis with the Ray Lewis dance. I got to go Ravens. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Uh,
All right.
Tone just said, I love sauce, but I never lost the sauce.
Ooh. Ooh.
Pesky.
Chili coming out. All right.
Is Chili
Well.
gonna pop out and go ooh?
All right, guys. Last game of the regular season, the matchup we've all been waiting for since last season. It ended on a buzzer beater win in the championship for the underhanded, whatever the fuck you call it, Mambas. Mambas beat the Makos last season. Makos out for blood in the water. I don't think snakes swim, but some probably do. Makos versus Mambas. Mambas, if they lose and the Dogs win, are out of the playoffs. Interesting situation. Makos are locked, but Luke looking for that 3-time Coach of the Year?
Which
Maybe?
I think he can get. if he
Question
wins this
mark?
game.
I don't know.
Question
Is he?
marks?
Who do you got?
Tough game. I'm gonna have to go with the Makos. Mama's kind of been struggling. They usually been blowing teams out. In the last few games they lost, close games.
No.
No?
Ours wasn't close.
Oh yeah, yours wasn't close. Last game was close.
Last game was close.
And yeah, you
OT.
guys blew them out by like what, 20, 19?
19. Yeah.
Yeah, but just the Makos, the way they've been playing, you can have Dom, you can have Joel, you can have Anderson have a good, you can have Job have a good game. They're kind of scary.
They have a lot of guys that could step up if they need to. Like, if
Yeah.
one guy's not hitting, so there's somebody else that will.
And you have Yui. I think that guy's
We.
I like
That-
Yui.
He's
Don't worry,
underrated.
Batman.
Yui Dewey Louie.
We out the Chili's
He's
on
one of my
Sunday.
favorite players
I
in
got you
the
at
league.
Chili's
Yeah.
on Sunday.
Great
Batman.
guy, and
He
he
could start- he
hustles.
could start
He
on
does the
any team.
little things. Great. His draft stock went up,
Yeah, for
in
sure.
my opinion.
But yeah, I got Makos.
Dean?
Yeah, I got to go Makos with this one just based on the trajectory of both teams. And then again, I just made the point. You have more guys like Anderson, Job. You got and Richard. They're playing
Yeah,
their
Richard,
role.
yeah.
They just have a great team.
Yeah.
One
They need
through eight.
Lakeside Richard.
Wait, so if
I've never seen that actually.
Oh, I've seen it.
I
He was
haven't
out
seen
there
that.
yesterday again, too.
He's cooking.
He's playing
He's
well.
cooking.
Lakeside Richard.
What about so if the Makos win, does that give Luke Coach of the Year
It could.
nudge?
It could.
Yeah,
It
'Cause
definitely
he'll
could.
be-
Yeah.
He'd be the only.
Especially if Tone loses
Yeah.
and you lose. If any of that happens, he's got a very strong case.
And if we
Who,
win,
who's
If you
gonna
win,
guard
you got a strong
Tommy?
case.
Who's gonna guard Tommy? Who's gonna guard Shane? They don't have the Makos don't have much size for Sean.
Yeah.
you got Dom. Dom is strong, bro.
But then-
Yeah,
They
but
can give Sean Probably because Fritz be their big man.
Fritz,
He can
too.
shoot
Yeah,
from
we
the
got
floor.
Fritz.
I
So I didn't
forgot
even
about
mention
Fritz, man, the
yeah.
Grinch.
Mr. Grinch.
Mr. Grinch. Yeah, Fritz too. Another
The
guy that
Haitian
could step up
sensation.
and hit shots. Yeah, man, I love Pat, but fuck, dude, it's a tough one. It's gonna be a close game though. I don't think they're gonna get blown out or anything. I think it's gonna go down to the wire.
Yeah, it's gonna be a close game.
Yeah,
funny,
just
JTP.
who wants it more in that moment is gonna be the deciding factor. But just
But
based on the
Mamas might be
trajectory.
hungry though. They have
Yeah, they exactly.
to,
They could use that as fuel
They
and
feel-
fucking.
they
What,
might feel
what we haven't
disrespected.
mentioned is it's Tommy's birthday on Sunday.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
And
shit.
is the Shiesty coming back?
I don't know. It's
Might
a
be a
Tommy.
profile
special
picture
edition
right now.
Shiesty.
Tommy, you got more wins with
yeah,
it than
he's
you
gonna
don't
get some buckets
than
I ain't
without
gonna
it.
lie.
So
All right, Eric, what you got?
Yeah, I would have to go to Makos just because, like what we were saying earlier about the Mambas, others not stepping
That's
up.
what Tammy's saying right now.
Yeah.
What's
See
she
me and
saying?
Tammy.
We need more people to step up and
Yep.
score.
yeah,
Yeah, I
She's
think
right.
it's just getting
Yeah.
them
She's
involved.
right.
It's not
Yeah.
like I feel like they don't really get
they
the
were doing that.
opportunity.
They were doing that, and then they stopped,
Yeah.
and that's what's hurting them. Is
Like,
Jay
don't get me
Nola was
wrong.
hitting
You want
shots?
the ball
Christian,
in Tommy's hands. You
Chris
want the ball in Shane shooting, but you got to get.
Is
the
Shane
other
gonna be
guys.
there again?
Yeah.
Is he gonna be there again?
I would think in a win or go home type of game, he'll be there.
Yeah.
Because it's
I
the
would
last
think
game,
so.
right?
Yes.
It's the last
Potentially
game.
he
for
could
them,
be
yeah.
there.
Yeah, he should.
I would
be.
think he'll be
He
there.
should show up. They need him. So
Yeah, but I'll still go Makos. It'll definitely be a close game though. Definitely come down to the wire.
yeah, it's gonna be a good game.
I think if the Makos continue to shoot the way they do, Mamas are not going to have an answer defensively because it's going to force Sean to come out of the paint, which is going to open things up for them. I think Makos could blow this one out of the water. No pun intended. I think
Let's
Dom
see.
is going to match up with Sean, and I think he's a very strong dude. Obviously, they don't have the same size as Sean, but they have some girth. And that helps. That helps. So I say Makos. That's my call on this. But this game may not matter to the Mambas just depends on what happens in Game 3. All right.
I like the video, man.
Make sure you like the video, please. Subscribe
Yep.
to the channel, please. And comment on the video as well. Boogie, thanks for your 8 comments on every single video. That helps a lot. For those of you that watch the games,
And Alex.
please
Alex
make sure
being there
Alex has
too.
been
Yeah,
commenting
sure.
too. Please make sure to comment, like, share the videos. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Anybody that you think may like some pretty decent basketball. That's what we provide. Entertainment and pretty decent basketball. So shout out to everybody. A couple of hell yeahs. Couple more so entertaining characters over
Yeah.
anything.
Yep.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you next week.
Shout out Dean. Shout
We'll
out
have
Gene.
Luke and Sauce. Luke's first time on the pod this season. So we got a captain's edition next week for the last one. Not really the last one because we have another one before that, but whatever. Last one of the regular season. We will see you guys next week. And we'll see you on Sunday, Silver Star, 9:15. Be there or don't.
Panthers to the playoffs.
Go
Peace.
Dragons.